Test, test. Test.
This special meeting of the Clearlake City Council here at the City Council chambers will be brought to order at 4:32 p.m. Our first order is our roll call. Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Wilson.
Present.
Councilmember Hooton.
Here.
Councilmember Downey.
Here.
Vice Mayor Slotin.
Here.
And Mayor Kramer.
Here. Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mary, could you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Okay, as you know, this is a special meeting. And we'll be going to closed session. There is one agendized item, and the public has the right to speak on any agendized items. So we'll be doing that right now. If some of you want to speak and haven't filled one of these out, could you raise your hands, please, so I know how many more there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brock, are you going to speak? Raise your hand then if you are. 8, 9, 10. Alrighty. The ground rules are these. We have one agendized item, performance evaluation of an employee. And that's the only thing that we'll be taking public comments on. So if you are coming in here to talk about something that's not on this agenda, then you're not going to be able to talk to that. So going on from that, is there anything, Mr. Pucci, that you'd like to say?
No, sir.
Okay. Alrighty, then let's get right to it. Oh, ground rules. There's probably, I'm guessing, somewhere around 25 people that want to talk. I would like to keep it to 2 minutes with an absolute hard sit down. Don't talk anymore at 3 minutes. So if you could keep your comments to 2 minutes or less, that would be great and would help us all to get through this a little quicker. Thank you. The first one I have on my list here is Kendall Foltz. Mr. Foltz, will you state your name and your residence?
Kendall Foltz. My residence is 11441 Highway 29, Lower Lake, California.
Thank you. Go ahead.
It just had come to my attention recently that there was some concern about continuing the relationship with Alan Flora for our city manager. And I've lived in this community for 25 years now, been very involved with some of the past city people as the former CEO of Adventist Health. And I just think the community showing up tonight shows you that they're here to give a message that we're behind Alan Flora in a deep and personal way and are appreciating the fine work that he's doing to make a difference in the community that we serve. And that's my perspective. And I just wanted to make sure the city council was aware of that.
Thank you for your comments. Okay. I'm trying to read this, Lori Allen, perhaps? Ms. Allen, if you could state your name and your residence.
Laurie Allen, 19322 Raven Hill Road, Hidden Valley Lake. Thank you. I have a letter. I know you've received this already from Chuck Cassis, who's the administrator of Adventist Health Clearlake. I'd like to just read an excerpt of that and then also just have a couple of personal comments. Dear honorable members of this Clearlake City Council. Under Mr. Flora's leadership, Clearlake has experienced a renewed sense of energy and possibility. His work in rejuvenating the city parks has created safe, vibrant spaces for families to gather and children to play. Something residents deeply value. He's been a key force in promoting optimism around the future of the Highway 53 project, in which Adventist Health Clearlake is an anchor of that project, investing $50 million in this community. I want to say that when I came to Adventist Health in the Wellbeing Department, we helped in 2016 create the Clearlake General Plan 2040. We helped write the health section of that plan. One of those things was to make sure that the city of Clearlake helped have new medical buildings, medical clinics open up. It's only been through the work with Alan Flora that we've really felt the ability to make that happen, the integrity of him keeping his word to us, his vision of helping make that 2040 plan, that health plan really come to light has happened under his leadership. As a board member with Adventist Health Clearlake, Mr. Flora brings a collaborative spirit and a passion for public service that aligns perfectly with our mission to inspire health, wholeness, and hope. With his help, we opened up Hope Center right here in the city of Clearlake. And that center has not only alleviated services, the cost of services to the county, but specifically to the city of Clearlake, to your police department, to the EMTs that work in this county, to our hospital costs by providing this space for those who are housed inadequately or unhoused in the county. And it's that collaboration that we've had with Mr. Flora that has helped that to happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Ellen. Okay, next up, Doug Harris. Mr. Harris, could you come up, state your name and your residence?
Good evening, and thank you very much. I am Doug Harris. I live at 7315 Highlands Harbor Road, Highlands Harbor Road here in Clear Lake. I am a member of the Board of Trustees of the Yuba Community College District from Lake County. I want to just make the point that when I became a trustee, I didn't have any idea what the relationship between the city and Woodland Community College or the Lake County campus would be like. I had a gripe about a crappy piece of plywood sign at the entrance to our campus. And I was told by our administrative folks that was going to be really difficult to change and to improve. And then I overheard a conversation between the then president and city administrator Flora. And I heard Alan Flora say, well, it's pretty simple. We just got a couple things we got to work out. A couple of phone calls later, the sign was there. It had been promised for like 30 years. So, and since that time, I've only known Mr. Flora to be very helpful, very supportive, and to really help solidify and move forward the relationship between the city and Woodland Community College and our campus specifically. So I am very happy to work with Mr. Flora, both in the past and hopefully in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Okay, next up, Marilyn Wakefield.
Hello, I'm Dr. Marilyn Wakefield. My address is 10050 Sky Court, Kelseyville. And I have worked with Alan over the years since have been employed at Adventist Health, and I've found him to be very collegial and willing to help us walk through the processes for either zoning questions or new projects, new programs. And I believe that he always has the best interest of the people in Clear Lakes, or has the best interest of the people in Clear Lakes in mind as he makes decisions. And I also believe that he is a good steward of the funds that the city has been given or has gathered because of fines and other sorts of things. But I do believe that he is the right person in this job, and I am fully in support of him continuing. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wakefield. I didn't realize you were a doctor. Ed. Yeah. Okay, Barbara Kreiswitz.
My name is Barbara Christwitz. I live at 3568 Vista Street in Clear Lake. And I would like to say thank you, Mr. Alan Flora. When you asked what we need for citizens caring for Clear Lake, I said a scoop shovel. And you said you didn't even say anything. You just came up with a scoop shovel. And I really appreciate that, and other very practical help. For instance, somebody else from Citizens Caring for Clearlake, Amy Hammock, and I came to Alan's office, and he spent 20 minutes with us, telling us how we can use facilities here in the work that we do. So I come in support of Mr. Flora. Thank you.
That was a great investment. Thank you for your
Yes.
comments. Okay, next up, Alice Reese.
Good evening, council and staff. Ellen. Ellen Fuller and I have had some misunderstandings quite often. So we didn't always agree. However, I do have to say that since Ellen has been on board with the city, a lot of things have happened. Good things have happened. I just think that he really needs to be reined in a little bit. He acts like he's the boss, but it's the people, us, that make the decisions. You're here because of us. We don't give you our permission to talk and tell us what's good for us and what's bad for us. You know what I'm saying? You included Mr. Slutin. I had, you totally ignored me when I asked you for help, so I'm not happy with you, but okay,
did that.
okay, I'm just saying,
Okay.
I couldn't help myself, so anyway, overall, I think that it'd be very difficult for our city to start over with a new manager, because I think Alan really is smart and he gets along well with most people. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Okay, next up, Steve Felder.
Good evening. I'll keep this short and sweet like me. My name is Steve Felder. I'm the Senior Code Enforcement Officer here at the city. I'm also the Vice President of the Police Officers Association. Tonight, on behalf of the POA, I'm here to give my support for Alan Flora as he remains the city manager. The POA and Alan have had a successful working relationship and have worked together in the past and want to continue to work with him in the future. For me personally, I've worked with Alan for the past 8 years. We've worked well together on several different projects in code enforcement. He's easy to work with and gets things done. I feel like Alan listens to my ideas and respects my opinion. On a personal note, it's always nice to talk to him about our weekends, either in the hallway or by text. I consider Alan a friend, and thank you for listening. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Mr. Felder, for your comments. Martin Snyder.
Well, I guess I got to wear two hats tonight. I am a resident of the city of Clearlake. I reside at 3025 Old Highway 53, and I am also a city employee. Thank you for taking the opportunity to speak to me tonight. I want to take a few moments to express my deep appreciation for the leadership of our city manager, Alan Flora, and the significant impacts he has had on the city of Clearlake, our department, and me personally. I've worked for the city of Clearlake for nearly 23 years. In that time, I've served under seven different city administrators / managers. For much of that period, progress was slow, both in development and building a sense of community pride. But that began to change about 6 or 7 years ago. I started noticing more positive community feedback, increased engagement, and a growing pride in our city. That shift aligns directly with Alan's leadership. Since taking on his role, Alan has brought a bold, forward-looking vision, one rooted in progress, pride, and accountability. Under his guidance, Clearlake has experienced real transformation, not just visible improvements, but the energy within city government. Alan works tirelessly, often long past the end of the day, weekends and nights. But it's not important how he inspired and energized the staff, the people on the front lines doing the real work in the field. His commitment to high performance culture has empowered city employees to take pride in their roles, collaborate more effectively, and strive for excellence. He leads He leads the implementation of high-performance organizations across the departments, resulting in better communication, stronger teamwork, and improved city services. And through his efforts, we've seen new businesses, investments, and developments, tangible signs that the city is growing and moving forward. Personally, it's been a privilege to work under Alan's leadership. His integrity, vision, and his belief in the city have inspired us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Snyder. Person, Stephanie Coddling. There's, oh, there.
It's gonna be hard for me to get through this without crying because that's the kind of person I am, but Alan is the absolutely the best city manager this town, this city has ever had. He has done more for this city than anybody. He's always there when you need to talk to him, he's there. If you need to do anything, he's there for us. My roads in Bella Laguna are paved finally because of Alan. But I'm right next to Red Bud Park, and the wonderful things that the city has done at the youth center. I just cannot say enough about Alan Flora. Wonderful man.
Thank you, Ms. Coddling. Okay, next up, and I'm gonna butcher this, Virginia Clavoya Tonas. Did I even come close? Virginia? No? Nope. Okay. Brett Freeman.
My name's Brett Freeman, 2993 Pamela Lane. Al and I have talked many times, good terms, bad terms. As the city, we put this on you guys to make a decision of what needs to be done. But three of you up there all know that we were lied to the day that we all sat down with multiple city people and told we could not talk about anything because of the Brown Act. The Brown Act had nothing to do with us. He didn't realize that three of you were going to be his bosses. Also, Alan has spent tons of money and lost tons of money fighting Highlands of Water, the Koi Nation, and it has not stopped. It continues to keep going on. If this is a decision that you guys keep him, or if you're getting rid of him, you guys need to reel him in. You are his boss. He is not your boss. And I really think that you guys really need to consider that part of this whole thing. He has done some great stuff for our city, but then there's also the bad stuff of losing tons of money. I just really wish that you guys have a hard job to go by. And I hope you guys really can make the right decision because it all falls on you guys for us. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Freeman. Next up, Mark Lips.
Honorable Mayor, esteemed council, I'm Mark Lips. This is not my bubble. I live in Lakeport. We have the Right Choice Farm Stay and Catering, but I've been very involved in the county. I've touched a lot of areas here in Clearlake. And I got to tell you, in the 5 years that we've lived here, my interaction with Alan Flora has led me to make him the standard for which all other politicians in this county and city administrators in this county must be held. I can't tell you how many times in newsletters and to people and to talks where I've said, well, Alan's doing this. How come we can't do this in Lakeport? And it just seems like there's always something positive he's doing for this city that I think, were you to pull the plug, you're really going to set yourself backwards. You've got to put a value on time and what that's going to cost you to try to find someone who even can touch the levels or the standards that Alan stands for. Is he perfect? Probably not. Who among us is? Correct. So really, I think don't let perfect get in the way of great. I think he's doing a great job. I think other people outside of this county and in other cities in Lake County see that, and we've acknowledged it many times. I've seen him probably more times at events around the county than I have any other administrator from any other city. So thank you for giving me your time, and I'm in great support of this guy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lips. Conrad Colbrand.
Hi, I'm Conrad Colbrand. I live at 12278 Lakeshore Drive out by the Gooseneck. And I'm here to speak tonight in favor of Mr. Flora. I think many people have already exuded many of his great qualities, but a couple of things I'd like to point out is that Alan has at least 3 fires under his belt, working with local, state, and federal emergency management. That's experience that we can't hire into Lake County, and I think he's handled those things very well. Another thing I'd like to point out that there's like an elephant in the room, okay? There is. But whatever Alan has done regarding different things that have been very unpopular with good reason to some people, it was because of 5 people on this city council. 5 people instructed Alan what to do. A city attorney gave the council advice. Alan acted on the orders of the city council when they pass a resolution, when they vote, and they ask Alan to do something. He's carried and followed through with those things, whether he wanted to or not, whether it was his idea or not, but he works for the council. And if this council wants to change and do something different, then you can direct him in that direction. But I don't think that people can blame Alan for following orders that were given him by the previous council. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Conrad. Next up, Mark Cooper. Dr. Cooper.
Thank you. I am Dr. Mark Cooper, and I've lived here all my adult life, which started in 1974. I live at 15525 Rumsey Road and plan on living there till I'm not around anymore. So usually I don't speak to the city council, as I reserve my activism for the youth of our community. I've served on the Canoctown Unified School District and the Lake County Office of Education on their boards for over 45 years. I also have a certificate in Masters of Governance by the California School Boards Association. In that capacity, I've seen superintendents come and go at the will of the current school board. Some were justified. Some certainly were not justified. I currently serve on the board of directors of Adventist Health, along with Becky Salato, the superintendent of the Canoctown Unified School District, and Kendall Fultz, who spoke to you already, Vintner, but also a past director of Adventist Health, and Leonard Kusher, who's on the Redbud Community Healthcare District, and Alan Flora. Why am I speaking now? Well, I received a text message 2 nights ago from Dennis Darling, former owner of Foods, Etc., and it was in support of Alan Flora. I've never received a text message from Dennis before. That's the first time I even heard something was going on. Then last night, I went to a fundraiser at Hidden Valley for Adventist Health for their foundation. And I was pulled aside by Chuck Cassis, who asked me if I was going to come tonight. I say, I'm probably going to come tonight, but I won't be speaking. He says, will you speak? And I said, are you asking me to represent Adventist Health? And he said, yes, in support of Alan Flora. So There's a $50 million healthcare project that's currently going on that actually hasn't. We're still waiting for the launch of that project. I want to remind you that Adventist Health is the largest employer of Clearlake. So in conclusion, I hope that the city council is not myopic, that there's a broad range of issues facing the community that need to be faced without blinders on, rather faced with a broad perspective, considering the implications to all our citizens. So our health is at stake, and I hope that you would support Alan Flora when you go into closed session.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Next up, Chris Inglis.
Hi, thanks you guys for doing. This is a tough job and I love the new blood and I voted for all y'all. So you served me too. I'm in support. I don't know Alan personally, but what I can tell you is my background. I have a degree in economics, a degree in political science. I live at 3896 Oak Drive in Clearlake, City Clearlake. My background is in public finance. I've been doing that for 42 years. I speak with people that loan money to districts. I know about these things. I know about public finance, and that's the only thing I'm going to talk about here. Discontinuity hurts your credit rating. It hurts your borrowing ability. It hurts your credibility. And it's, as I think a couple of the people said, we've had so many city managers now. It must have been real important for you guys to bring this to the attention. I only ask that when you guys talk, you haven't made up your minds yet, any of you, and talk about what we're doing. But discontinuity is harmful. It'll hurt our credit rating. It will set us back. And here's the thing. I talked to somebody who actually loaned the money for the roads today, because I know him from the industry. He gave me metrics, and he said there's essentially a direct line from when Chief White came on and when Alan came on to where we are now. And most of those metrics have improved. I'm sure you'll have to sit in on an interview with them later or something. You can bring those metrics to bear, but that counts. Fix the peripheral things. I don't know what else is going on, what the political tides are. I don't know why this is happening. But fix the peripheral things. Don't kill the central thing. Work with each other. You guys get it together and do that. And I don't know, anybody that knows me may know that I was the voice of Charlie Brown when I was a kid. And my wife wanted me to say this. Okay, she's passing out graduation. She's passing out scholarships, which is what I was going to be doing tonight, until my friend Mark told me this afternoon that this was happening, and I checked the agenda. But good grief, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Let's get it together. All y'all work together. Get this together. Keep it going in this direction, but fix it. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Inglis. Next up, Lee Lambert. Lee. I didn't voice the cartoon characters, but.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor and council members. My name is Lee Lambert. I live in Clearlake. I'll first like to speak as a city employee. As you are aware, I am the code enforcement supervisor for the city of Clearlake. I have worked for the city for 19 plus years. During that time, code enforcement has had its ups and downs, issues ranging from a lack of funding to certain poor administrations not believing code enforcement played a vital role in our community. As you and I know, code enforcement plays a huge role in the city reaching and maintaining its strategic plan. 1, make Clearlake a visibly cleaner city. 2, make Clearlake a statistically safer city. 3, improve the image of Clearlake. And 4, ensure local sustainability of city. And 5, support economic development. Ever since Alan Flora arrived, he has been a major contributor and proponent of the city's Code Enforcement Bureau. Alan understands and the importance of our bureau and the major role it plays in revitalizing our neighborhoods and business districts. His support has resulted in more vehicles and property abatements over the past 6 years than any other period since I began my career here in 2006. Remarkably, most of these abatements have been completed at no expense to the city, but instead by obtaining grants and from reimbursements through the AVA program. Alan demands that all of his staff be committed to the city's mission statement to enhance the quality of life for all of its residents and visitors through adherence of its core values. Alan Flora is not a boss. He's not just a manager or administrator. Alan is a leader, and he continues to have a significant positive impact on the Code Enforcement Bureau. Now speaking as a citizen and resident of the city of Clearlake, I grew up as a teenager in Lower Lake, but then moved to Clearlake in 1994. I've raised my 4 kids here in the city, and all 4 now work for the school district. I now have 4 grandkids being raised here in the city as well. I can honestly tell you that there has been more progress within our city limits since Alan Flora became city manager than ever before. The progress I have seen has benefited everyone in our community, not just tourism or commercial development, not just focusing on our seniors or youth, not just improving the quality of life for citizens in one part of our city. Alan has made our cities.
Mr. Lambert, you need to point it up.
Okay, I'll end it with this. As a city council, it is your job to do and maintain what is in the best interest of our citizens, no matter what water district you live in. It should not only matter the concerns of your personal supporters. You have been elected to represent all the citizens of our city. I am actively involved in our community, and I can 100% tell you that by far, the vast majority of the citizens of our community see the progress and appreciate the direction Alan Flora has led us in.
Thank you, Mr. Lambert. Helena Brook.
Thank you, City Council members and Mayor. My name is Helena Brook, and I moved to Lakeport 5 years ago from the Bay Area. I was very involved for 20 years in government in the Bay Area. And when I moved up here, one of the things I did was go to the judge's breakfast where I met Alan, who came up to me. I can't tell you how many weeks it took me to make an appointment with the city manager of San Francisco. And when we moved here, I live in 770 3rd Street in Lakeport. And we heard that Clearlake is a very, very dangerous place. And so we didn't come here because 2 women, my wife is a transgender woman. We didn't want our car windows broken like they were in the city in San Francisco and Oakland. So we have stayed away, but we've been hearing lately about what's been happening in Clearlake. So I'm just amazed from what I've heard. And so we will be coming to Clearlake to frequent your restaurants and your event places. So thank you, Alan, and for being so personable when I was very, very new. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brook. Okay, Ryan Peterson. Lieutenant Peterson.
Ryan Peterson, 3780 Robinson Avenue, Clearlake, California. Excuse me. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. I've been a resident of the city of Clearlake since 1998. I speak to you tonight, not only as a resident, but also as a member of the city staff who has seen the day-to-day impact of the leadership of City Manager Alan Flora. It is my experience that when evaluating someone, excuse me, it is important to get perspective from the team to fully understand their performance and impact they have on the organization. I want to offer my perspective on the performance and value of City Manager Alan Flora, not only as a team member, but also as a member of the community we all serve. Under Mr. Flora's leadership, I've seen real transformation in Clearlake. He has brought high-performance organizational model that has improved the internal culture, promoted accountability, and encouraged collaboration across all departments. This has created a workplace environment that supports staff, builds morale, removes siloed thinking, builds collaboration, and allows all of us to serve the public more effectively. As with all evaluations, we must also look at what can be improved on. Like all high-performance leadership, Mr. Flora's pace, tenacity, and sometimes ambitious timelines can be challenging to keep up with. However, I do not see this as a flaw, only a call to action. I ask only for this continued positive outlook and support to the team as we work together to meet such needs and lofty goals. President Ronald Reagan once said, "The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things." I feel Mr. Flores is a leader who embodies this. His passion for improvement, focus on high performance, has inspired the team to take ownership and strive for excellence in serving our city. He also has prioritized transparency and community engagement, whether through open door policy, staff input sessions, or inclusive decision-making process. Excuse me. The kind of leadership builds trust, strength, relationship, and ensures that our local government operates with integrity. Most visibly, Mr. Flores' leadership has driven tangible economic growth, community revitalization in Clearlake. His efforts have led to attraction of new businesses, and we can see the improvement. I recognize that not everyone will share the same perspective. Some of the projects and initiatives Mr. Flores led at the direction of the council and in response to the community needs have been complex and occasionally contentious. But as a resident, I value having a strong leader who is willing to make difficult decisions and stand up for what is best for Clearlake. I believe our city is on a better path because of Mr. Flores' leadership. He has brought vision, consistency, and results to the city's mission. In closing, I believe the true measure of a leader is not the legacy of their name, but the position, positive change, and momentum they leave behind. Excuse me. By that standard, Mr. Flores is an exceptional leader. I respectfully ask that you take my perspective into consideration as you evaluate Mr. Flores' performance, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Lieutenant Peterson. Next up, Ernesto Padilla.
I've got my timer.
Oh.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. My name is Ernesto Padilla. I live at 7525 White Way in Kelseyville. I am a local K-12 Kelseyville guy. Growing up, I can tell you the times I came to Clearlake, probably count them on these two hands. I just come to the dump or an old junkyard to get parts. That's not the case now. You know, I see my nieces and nephews and my kids, my friends' kids, they come out here, they're safe and cool events at Austin Park to come here, not just the best Mexican or Thai food. Now, my second address is 14400 Olympic Drive. As CEO of Lake County Tribal Health, sometimes it feels like I live there. That project wouldn't be here in the city of Clearlake if it wasn't for Alan. When we were developing that site, we came up to a challenge where we were down 7 PSI of water pressure to put out a fire if it was the hottest day in Clearlake and every resident had their sprinklers going. We were 7 PSI away of having the water flow to put a fire out. We tried to work with both water districts where they were demanding us to address their deferred maintenance or replace their infrastructure up to their water plant. It was going to throw our budget over $500,000. We had alternate sites, both closer to Middletown and Clearlake Oaks, where we actually have rancherias where we could have put our clinic. And we didn't because he worked with the team and looked at the master plan and found a way to address some of the Burns Valley Sports Complex infrastructure, which would give us those 7 PSI. Had it not been for him doing that, you wouldn't have the health center that's up the street or the expansion of pain and wellness and bringing more healthcare to one of the unhealthiest counties in the state. And I think that's my 2 minutes, but this guy's been doing a good job.
Thank you, Mr. Padilla. Okay, next, Jeff Smith.
Jeff Smith, resident of Clearlake since 1976 until I had to move out due to the loss of my house in the fire. So I sat up to where you guys are sitting now for 2 years before I went on the Board of Supervisors for 20. I've seen a lot of agendas, and when I saw the agenda item that came up as a special meeting for evaluation on an off night from the city council, it kind of got my attention, as it did many others. And I've got to say that from the 45 years the city has been a city, the last 10 has been leaps and bounds above what we've ever seen. It's a dream come true for the city of Clear Lake. And it's all because of Alan and the city council. But city council gives direction, Alan follows the directions, and that's why we're where we are today. Somebody mentioned about pavement management index or pavement condition index. We were the lowest in the county by far. We are now probably double of what the rest of the county is, thanks to the citizens that pass the tax and for Alan finding extra grants and everything else to make it all happen. So we are on such a positive roll. I am really proud of the city. I don't live in the city any longer, but I own property in the city. And this is the best we have ever done. And I've watched it from the very beginning. So to make a change or to do anything at this point is beyond ridiculous. We are on such a roll, and I would hope that the new city council becomes a part of it and not a hindrance to it. So thank you for your time, and I'm proud and amazed at all the friends that I've seen here that I haven't seen in years, and thanks for everybody coming out. It was well worth it.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Next, Zabdi Neri.
Good evening, council members. My name is Abdi Naria. I'm a trustee for the Konocti Unified School District. I'm the president for the Rotary Club. I own a home here in the city of Clear Lake at 355, that's 35 Maple Street in Clear Lake. And also my family owns a small business here in town. I'm here tonight to speak in strong support of our city manager, Alan Flora. As you begin his evaluation, Alan has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to our community, not just through his leadership through City Hall, but through his visible presence and hands-on approach whenever issues have arisen, especially in connection to our local education. He understands both word and action that education is the foundation of our city's future. His dedication to ensuring accessible higher education in our own backyard speaks volumes about his vision for long-term community growth and sustainability. Additionally, Alan has shown exceptional collaboration with the Konocti Unified School District. When I was first elected into office several years ago, I heard from many teachers and staff who were struggling to find childcare. This was a real concern that impacted their ability to serve our students. Thanks to Alan's responsiveness and his commitment to partnership, the city and the school district were able to come together in record time. I want to emphasize record time, months, in putting together and establish a child care center that now supports numerous district families. What may seem like a small solution had a massive ripple effect, supporting working parents, strengthening our schools, and ultimately benefiting the students. Alan Flora is an exemplary public servant. His steady leadership and thoughtful problem solving have had a measurable and lasting impact on the families in our cities. And his years of service to Lake County reflect someone who isn't just holding a position, he is fully invested in the well-being and future of his community. I'm just going to say this, you all have the opportunity to either continue with the amazing work that has been done, and I encourage you to really think about the well-being of everyone who you represent, not just those that got you into the seat. You are here to think about the long-term well-being of our community, of our kids, and I really want you to put that into perspective when you guys go into closed session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Naria. Next, we have Tim Biasotti.
Tim Biasotti. Not really sure where to start. I'm a bit shocked this meeting's happening. I've been in Clear Lake area for 37 years, and it's very slow moving, often backwards it felt. the last 5 years, I've seen more happen in Clear Lake than I have my entire life. And I'm hoping we could keep that direction going. And much like a lot of the community leaders in this room, not just from Clear Lake, but from Middletown, Lakeport, and Kelseyville have said, there's a lot of talk from people outside of the city that says Clear Lake is in the right direction. I would hate to lose that. As a kid that grew up in Clear Lake, I often didn't go to the parks. It felt dangerous. My parents didn't allow me to. And now I bring my kids to the Clear Lake Park. I bring them to the splash pad. And I'm proud of being from Clear Lake now. And I just really want to see it keep going that direction. Alan, I don't know how this will play out, but I want to tell you personally, thank you, not for just me, for my kids and the kids at Clear Lake. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Biasada. Next up, Carlos Ramos.
Good evening, council members. My name is Carlos Ramos, citizen and business owner. I live in 3303 Green Avenue, and I'm here to show my support to Alan as our city manager. I believe the progress made in our city has been tremendous in the last 5 years compared to years prior. I've seen how the infrastructure of our city has improved thanks to Alan's work. I've seen how people have now shifted their view regarding the city, where they have shifted their view that Clear Lake is not worth it. Clear Lake is not the city to raise a family. Now people are becoming proud of the city that they have. I see how they enjoy our parks and how they enjoy our streets. I think that matters, and that's all that I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos. Okay, next, John Alvarez.
Good evening, council and staff. My name is John Alvarez. I am a city resident of the city of Clear Lake. I'm also a business owner. I own multiple businesses here, including but not limited to, but Alvarez Towing, Alvarez Performance, and Highlands Food Park. And I mentioned those by name because Highlands Food Park was a great venture as opening a business here in the city of Clear Lake. I ran into a lot of issues with the other agencies that are involved with opening anything food related, including but not limited to environmental health. So when I proposed this proposal to Alan Flora, he was very supportive of it. Alan likes food. We all like food, and it's a very community involved event. Alan, he helped me with a lot of guidance. It's very hard to open a business, especially as a young person. A lot of people don't like to answer questions. You come to the front and they expect you to just know everything. Alan has sat down with me multiple times as I ask repetitive questions. He's helped me make phone calls. He's gave me guidance to opening a successful business, and not only just the Highlands Food Park, but my other businesses. It's very hard to open here, but with Alan Flora, it's been very easy. Not only just that, I also buy and sell a lot of houses here in Clear Lake. And there's been properties that I purchased that have no infrastructure for a road. You need 4-wheel drive trucks to get to. And over the past couple of years, these properties have now raised value because they're accessible. You can drive your mom's Prius there and be totally fine without scraping your oil pan. There's been a lot of improvement here, including, if you look at the signs that have been replaced. Highlands Park, the city park that's owned, I don't know when that sign's last changed. And if you go look at it now, it's very nice and presentable. He's very worried about the aesthetics here and the development and making our infrastructure and our visuals very pleasing. So I am definitely on Alan Flora's side, as many other people here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Okay, next, Elvis Cook.
Good afternoon. My name is Elvis Cook. I'm a resident of Clear Lake here in Canocta Avenue. I'm also an employee of the city and the president of the MMA. I'm here to talk about my appreciation and support for our leader, Alan. During his time here in this county for almost 18 years, the progress and improvement of the city was almost non-existent. In the last, like everybody keeps saying, in the last 5 years, it's been night and day. Since Alan has assumed the role of city manager, the transformation in the city has been remarkable. The roads have been repaved and maintained more consistently. Our parks have been revitalized, which allows people to come and visit. The code enforcement efforts are greatly enhanced and the overall quality of life is tremendous. What sets Alan apart from just his general care for both the city and the employees is his hands-on approach and determined commitment to our community, well-being, and in everything he does. He regularly engages with the staff at all levels, listens to concerns, and works tirelessly to find meaningful solutions. He has taken meaningful steps to improve employees' morale across all departments. He has gone above and beyond to help employees find stable housing and the pursuit of college degrees. Under Alan's leadership, the city feels more connected, functional, and hopeful for the future. I strongly urge the city to recognize the strides made under Alan's leadership and to continue supporting his role as city manager. Leaders like Alan are rare. He combines the expertise and seasoned administration at heart that somebody truly cares for this community. His vision, integrity, and dedication are exactly what our city needs. Just in closing, I want to say is we have new 3 city councils, which you were recently voted in through the community. It's, in my opinion, your guys' job to give him direction of what you want, not replace him. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. Next, Terry Stewart.
Good evening, council members and staff. My name's Terry Stewart. I've resided in the city of Clear Lake since 1959. So I've seen quite a bit of stuff happen here, and I've seen quite a bit of stuff not happen here. And I've been here in business since 1980 when the city was incorporated. And there were a lot of ups and downs over the years within City Hall. And I'm sad to say that most of those were downs, not ups. And I will say this, that since Alan has taken the helm at City Hall, it's been a huge improvement. Alan's been a collaborative person that gets things done. He's good to work with, as you've heard testimony from so many people tonight. And basically, the one thing that I want to stress to the city council is that Mr. Flora works for you. Some of you are new and you were not involved in past decisions that directed Alan to do things that you may or may not agree with. And that's certainly understandable. But now you are part of the cadre that's in charge of Alan as his employer and giving him direction. And I would implore you to retain his presence as our city manager and continue with all the stuff that he's in the middle of right now. When you look at the stuff that's happened in the last few years, the improvements in Austin Park, Highlands Park, the paving, the just everything. And Alan's, as mentioned before, his expertise in handling the situation when we've had fires. The man's been, in terms of performance as a city manager, compared with prior city administrators and managers, because there was a difference starting in 2012. And basically, the guy's a great leader. So I'd appreciate it if you retain his presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. Next, we have Denise Lislow.
I told myself I wasn't going to speak because I hate it.
but it's important, and that's why I am speaking. I don't want to be here. I've spent years there. It's not fun. You guys are going to have jobs in front of you you agree with and you don't agree with, but are for the better of the whole entire community, not one business, not one entity, not one family, or yourself. And if that is the reason people are seeking city council, that's not what it's about. I don't know, I know where some of you were in 2010. That's where I was getting involved, wanting to make a difference. I'm gonna go back a couple generations before youngster Alan here. It wasn't good. We had one city administrator that came. That person got chastised and said that they never wanted to meet with people, but you know what? That person got us a general plan done, got us other avenues of things that we did not have done in 25 years. The next person comes along. Oh, he likes fame. Oh, this, that. He likes his picture taken. He's all gung ho. He took the leadership prior and moved it forward in the direction of the council. Alan followed both of these people, worked with both of these people, and his foresight and his knowledge from them with the direction of the right council will take this community where the community wants to go. And I think that is important to think about. You got your 1, 2, 3s up there. Everybody has learned that. But why are you up there?
Thank you, Mr. Britton. Have Bambi Klein.
Hi, I'm Bambi Klein. I'm a citizen of Clearlake. I live down the street at 3180 Denton. I also am the grants manager, and I've worked for the city for about 1.5 years. And I want to commend the previous council members for all the progress that you've made working with Alan to get all the things done. Also thank the new members, because working for government is a thankless job. There's a lot of criticism, there's a lot of condemnation, and not a lot of commendation. And I know at our all staff meetings, Alan and Chief always try to share the positive comments we get, because we don't always hear those, but today we've heard a lot. One thing I wanted to add that people haven't said yet is that Alan has an open door policy, and you all know that because I've all seen you there. His door's open most of the time. My office is next door. I'm in and out of there all the time. So is all the staff here. If we need something, Alan, can I talk to you? Doesn't matter what he's doing. He will stop and talk to us. I constantly hear community members in there. John Alvarez, I've seen him. The older ladies who are concerned about animal control. He's talked to them several times. Business people that can't get a permit, that can't get stuff done. You know, Alan, did you hear the rumor Rite Aid's going out of business? He's already talked to 3 people, probably willing to fill the spot. I mean, he's on it. If you get rid of him, I feel like you're cutting the momentum off at the knees. And like many people have said, we're starting all over again. None of us wants that. You all live here, you all see what's being done. So anyway, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Ms. Klein. Okay, the last one on my list, and if there's anybody else, let me know, but Kelly Cox.
Council members, I have a brief letter I've written to you, and I'd just like to read it into the record, and then I'll give it to the city clerk. Dear council members, my name is Kelly Cox, and prior to my retirement, I had the honor of serving approximately 3 decades as county administrator for Lake County. During that period of time, there were so many different city administrators and city managers in Clearlake, I can't even remember all of their names. But I can say without a doubt that the best decision ever made by the Clearlake City Council was to hire Alan Flora as its city manager. I know Alan well, as he worked for me at the county prior to my retirement. He is extremely talented, ethical. He always has the public's best interests at heart, which are attributes every effective city manager must have. It's no secret that Clearlake has had many tumultuous years in the past with continual turnover on the city council, even recall elections and calls for disincorporation, and a long list of city managers who were unable to advance the city. Those were unfortunate times for the city, and that instability kept the city from making the progress it definitely needed. Sometimes I think of those times as Clear Lake's lost years. Fortunately, in more recent years, this has changed and the city is now poised to make historic advances that will improve the Clear Lake community for current and future generations. Your current city manager, Alan Flora, is key to your ability to make those advances. With a capable and energetic city council and a capable and energetic city manager, the sky will be the limit on what you can accomplish. Among the three primary local governmental entities, the two cities in the county, it is my observation that the city of Clear Lake has set a new bar for leadership and effectiveness in local government. It has been absolutely wonderful seeing this remarkable transformation with Alan Flora leading the way. Whatever goals and objectives the city council establishes for the future, I am positive you can count on Alan to work effectively and tirelessly toward achieving those goals. He has my complete support, confidence, and endorsement. Sincerely, Kelly Cox, retired county administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. And I accidentally passed over Mr. Peralta. Officer Peralta.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, other city employees, and Alan. I am Sergeant Michael Peralta. I live in Hidden Valley, where I'm not a citizen of Clear Lake. The end of June, I'll have been employed at the police department for 10 years. And in the past 10 years, by the nature of wearing this uniform, I probably have spent more time with the folks seated behind me and the citizens of Clear Lake than I have with my own family. Roughly 10 years ago, end of May, I was finishing up the hiring process with the city of Clear Lake. I was employed with Calistoga Police Department with its manicured lawns, its spas, its tourists, its Teslas, its et cetera, et cetera. I came up here with my wife to take a drive around the city where I'd be working. Our first stop was Alveda and Oakland, where we found a burned out van full of garbage on the dirt roads. We ventured into Clear Lake Park, where we found a road reduced to one lane due to upside down vehicles. We found dirt roads littered with dilapidated motorhomes. My first call on duty was to Redbud Park, which was, for lack of a better terms, I describe it to others in law enforcement, it looked like a Civil War battlefield, littered with transients, open drug use, and alcohol abuse. Decorum prohibits me from sharing with you my wife's expletives about why I would be coming to such a city and that I had lost every bit of my mind. 10 years later, we have a city. We've heard it today. Paved roads, new businesses, children playing in the very park that was unusable 10 years ago. All of that is a result, obviously, of the hard work of the employees who are seated behind me, many others, but under the leadership of Alan Flora. Fast forward to 3 years ago, I was going to retire. We were at our city picnic. Alan came and spoke to me about my retirement, and we chatted. And granted, there was a monetary thing, but the fact that one man took the time as the city manager to talk to me as an employee is what made me stay. We've heard a lot about leadership today. I'm 57 years old. I've been working since I was 16 years old. 4 years in the military, 14 years big box retailer, 18 years as a law enforcement officer. The one thing I can tell you is that managers come and go. They're a dime a dozen, but leaders are few and far between. When you go into your closed session today, do yourselves and all of these folks a favor and do not let this leader go.
Thank you, Sergeant. That's the last written card I have. I suspect there might be a few more that actually want to speak that didn't give us a card. I'll call you first here. First, come up and you know the rule. State your name.
Thank you. My name is Don Bays. I live in Lakeport. I'm not Alan's next door neighbor, so I don't have anything in this. I've worked for the city for 3.5 years now, and I didn't even meet Alan for 2 weeks. And it was at our all staff meeting. We sat down and immediately it was clear that Alan had a vision for this city that I could get on board with. I'd never had any use for Clearlake. I came from Oakland, and that kind of gives you an idea of what a city can become because of poor leadership. Oakland, San Francisco, they have all the money in the world and they can't make it right. And Alan is dealing with short money and, and a whole lot of just argumentative and, people not helping him out. And I just think that he deserves your absolute support. He deserves a complete vote of confidence from all 5 of you. And maybe you'll learn that. Maybe you'll learn that in the next few years. And I want to point out that a previous council member told me one day, she said, for every person that comes to a council meeting and has something to say, there are 10 out there just like them. So it's not just these people here, but 10 more times that many. And my last comment is going to be, I'm going to quote the current mayor of Lakeport. It's hard to picture someone better than Alan for that job. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Mr. Falkenberg.
Good evening. I'm Brock Falkenberg, Lake County Superintendent of Schools. I live in the Lakeport area. I am not a resident of Clearlake, but I'm here speaking tonight as a partner agency with city. No agency exists in a vacuum. All of us have to work together. And as the County Office of Education, we work with the county as well as both cities. And I would have to say, over the last 8 years, the city of Clearlake has become one of the strongest partners that we have in their willingness to engage, to problem solve, and to move things forward. And while I'm not speaking for Konocti Unified School District, as an outside observer, I would suggest that the partnership with the local school district has also improved over that period of time. I want to commend you as a board. You have all stepped up to a very difficult role. There are going to be times when people are upset. And as a leader, you set the vision for this city, you set the direction for this city, and the most important relationship that a council has or a school board has is the relationship they have with their administrator, whether that's the superintendent for a school board or an administrator for the city. And I am really hoping that tonight's intent for an agendized item on a special board meeting is truly an opportunity to sit down and talk about the future and be proactive on how it is that we're going to work together as a council and administrator to move the city forward, to move the county forward, and to move the state of California forward. So you have a big job ahead of you, not just tonight, but in general. I commend you for your service. I support Alan as a leader. He has been tremendous. I support Greg before him as a leader. And I support the city of Clearlake as a key partner moving forward. So appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mr. Falkenberg. And Akira. State your name, Mrs. Williams.
Bon Williams, City of Clearlake. A lot has been said here tonight. I have only known Alan for a couple of years, but I have always found him to have an open door. I've lived in Clearlake for 35 years, and I have never in those 35 years seen the progress in our city that we've seen in the last few years. Our police department, for the first time that I can remember ever, is fully staffed. That's huge. Our streets are safer, our parks are safer. If seeing the amount of employees that are here tonight standing to support Alan does not tell you what he means to this city. We have had city administrators and city managers in the past that I can tell you there wouldn't have been one employee standing here tonight in support of them. And this room is full of city staff, and some of the most powerful leaders in our community are here tonight. And I know that our relationships at a state level are now stronger and higher than they've ever been before because of the work that Mr. Flora has done with our senators and congressmen. That's not something that we can replace easily. And if the decision were to be made for Alan to leave, who are we going to get that loves this community as much as he does? That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Williams. Mr. Silva? You can hand that to me now.
Did I turn in a card?
Oh.
Thought I did. Honorable Council and Honorable Mayor, thank you for allowing me some time to speak. My name is Ray Silva. I am a 50-year member of the community. My wife and I have lived in the same house for 45 years. Being in the city, we've watched a succession of council people and staff come and go. Some were good, some not so much. But by far and away, the most positive progress that we've seen has been in the last 5 to 10 years, which coincidentally is the same amount of time that Alan's been employed by the city of Clearlake. That's not a coincidence. It's because he's a get it done type of guy. Our roads are getting paved through a combination of Measure V funding and tens of millions of dollars secured by our city administration and staff. Our poverty rate is coming down. These are big deals. Alan's put together a great team on staff at City Hall, experienced, competent people. I came in one day and ran into Mary Jane Montana, who last time I saw her, she was working at the county, and I was so surprised and pleased to see her here. I'm sure that Alan is responsible for that. He endears trust from people, and they trust his judgment. And when he said, we could use you on your staff, they showed up. That's something to be very proud of for all of you. Melissa Swanson, Chief Hobbs, go around the room, Addie, Tristan. I mean, these are good people and they're competent, and you should be proud that they're here. They're here in large part because of him. Now I've heard through the grapevine that Alan's on the bubble. His job is on the bubble. We've got a couple of councilmen that are pressuring him. And of course, I'm not happy to say that. I think it's a mistake. I think that we've got as good a city manager as we've ever had. And I'd like to see him stay. I hope you guys decide that. After all, after years of stagnancy plaguing the community, we finally are moving forward in dramatic fashion. Alan hasn't done all this on his own. The staff has supported his actions and ideas, and the city council has also directed him to do so. That's what happens, is he works at your pleasure, and he does what you ask him to do at the consensus of you guys. So if you don't like what he's doing, then it's your opportunity to change it by getting a consensus and directing him to do otherwise. I've listened to some of the people speak tonight, Jeff Smith, Terry Stewart. People have been around a long time. And there was a lot of frustration with some of the council and staff that we had. That's not here anymore. Alan's a go-getter. He wants this city to thrive. That's what I've always wanted. I want to see people be able to find jobs. Probably running out of time, Russ. Any rate, thank you for listening. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Silva. Oh, I know I got it. Michael?
Please bear with me, I'm nervous. I had something written up, but what you explained earlier, I think that's for another time. So I'm going to talk about something I saw a month ago. A month ago, I watched what I would call a very frail elderly lady who had been ill while traveling in Europe. She was here because she did not want her property abated by the city. She explained that she had taken above and beyond the necessary steps to clean the property up to the city's code or request. I watched as two local citizens spoke on her behalf and told of the excellent progress she was making. Regardless of that, our city manager, Alan Flora, still recommended the abatement still go ahead as planned. You, the city's council, saw different and lifted that abatement. I applaud you for this. Now, I would like to say that I'm out on the street a lot. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people on the weekends. And there's a much bigger majority out there than would fit in this room currently. And I think the result of the last city council and Mr. Flora, if you really want to see the results for that, just look at the results of the November election for city council. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Graves. Anyone else that would, Mr. Smith?
Don Smith, Director of Wellbeing and Engagement for Adventist Health here in Clearlake. While I am not a resident, I am at 9830 El Dorado Way, Kelseyville. Have become a believer in the city of Clearlake. Have passed through this community for some 30 years, never stopping. Now I work in this community. For the last 3.5 years, one of the things that's really obvious is there is a strong sense of hope. Hope is a vital part of revitalization of a city. And hope starts and is envisioned and inspired by leadership. And so that comes directly from an individual, and Alan. Now, revitalization of a city cannot happen in a bubble. You need outside entities that believe in the city and primarily believe in its leadership to invest in that city. And so I had the opportunity after being here for several years and realizing the potential and possibilities of this city and the plan that was being presented, right? To bring some individuals, one specifically from a development company out of San Diego, and come to Clear Lake. I said, you've got to come to Clear Lake. There are things happening and possibilities. So we visited, I toured him around Clear Lake, happened to run into Alan, introduced Alan to him, some conversations about the vision for the city. We left that interaction and this individual went back to his organization and said, listen, there is a leader in Clear Lake. They invest in leadership, clear leadership with a vision. And they believe that this is a place that they can invest in and make a difference. And it's not just vision, it's the integrity of the person who has that vision. It takes integrity. And Alan has brought these Midwestern values to the West Coast, and he lives these values out, and they've been demonstrated and spoken to in this room. City Council, I advocate for the support, not just agreeing but the support of the vision and continued work that Alan brings to this city.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Anyone else that would like to speak? Over here.
Daniela Justice. I'm the Deputy City Clerk for the City of Clearlake. I live in Hidden Valley, but I will say that you will not find someone who cares more about this community and also about the employees that work here. And if Alan leaves, I won't be surprised if some other people choose to follow him out. Thank you.
Thank you. There's Supervisor Sabatier.
Good evening, City Council. Wasn't planning on talking tonight, but it's getting a little emotional back there. I'm a little embarrassed for you guys. Leadership should be very lonely in the decisions that you should be making in private. You are currently doing a evaluation of personnel in public. And I'm hurt by that. Put yourself in his seat. Leadership is hard. You should never make a decision because of how you feel. You should make a decision on what's best 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I walked in this place a long time ago thinking that we live in a culture of poverty where all we do is look down to take care of today's problem. Your job, our job as leaders is to lift our head up and look forward. This is doing nothing today. This hurts me to see this. I haven't seen this since the last time I was embarrassed, and I'm not going to describe that. I'm sure most people know. I feel there's a sanctity that has been broken here. This is not a conversation for the public. This is a conversation between you guys and Alan. You guys need to figure out how you can become a team so you can work for the city. This does not feel like it. Do better.
Thank you. Are any other comments? Sure.
Good evening, my name is Russ Purdock. I'm a City of Clearlake resident. And as Mr. Sabatier just shared, I'm very disappointed that we're here and having this conversation in public. It's not how you do an evaluation. I sat on this council. I was elected 10 years ago. I've been a resident of Clearlake since 1977. I got to vote for the city and corporation. Unfortunately, they didn't stick with the name Clearlake Highlands. I lost that side of the vote. But I've been always proud to say where I lived. But tonight's kind of a downfall for that. Let's call it out the way that it is. We've had two people come up and speak on behalf of Highlands Water and somewhat against our city manager. As a former city council member, I gave direction to Alan to work with the Highlands Water Board several years ago because we received information that things were critical and not safe with Highlands Water. And we tried to have conversation with them and were locked out of the building. He was escorted out of the building during meetings. That raised a whole lot of concern. Obviously, it raised enough concern that we took more direct action in wanting to resolve, because as you guys sit up there now, the liability is now off of me. I'm not a city council member. If people are hurt or made ill or worse, now that liability as the governing body for this city rests with you. We wanted to meet with the Highlands Water Board because
issues like a water tank that may fail. It's beyond its lifespan. I don't know the answers to that because we never got to meet with them. I wanted to know what their finances were. I still don't know what they are because we never got to meet with them. We gave Alan direction to go meet with them. And again, we were locked out. Islands Water Company directed their employees and spent money on, I'll try to wrap up. Yes, it is. So gave direction to go into the community and campaign. They bought t-shirts, they bought poster boards, and I got calls from people saying that the current me and other members need to be voted out for new members to come in. 5 months later, here we are having this conversation. I feel it's very ironic. And with that, I very much support Alan. He did what we asked him to do. We did spend the money correctly in trying to get a sports complex built. We had to do the litigation, and I'm wrapping it up, Mr. Mayor. There are good things that happen in the city for the past 10 years. Please don't let it fail because of some personal grudges and promises made to get elected. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other comments? No, you may not. Our attorney is. You want to speak to that?
I just a point of clarification. The city council is not conducting a personnel evaluation in public. They are going to conduct the evaluation in closed session as is always done. However, the public does have a right under the Brown Act to make public comment on any agendized item, and that's what's occurring right now. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other? Yes, you may.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members. Adeline Leba, I am the Public Works Director here. I am here not only as a department head, but as a representative of city staff to recognize and express our strong support for our city manager, excuse me, I'm nervous, Alan Flora, whose leadership and deep commitment to public service have been instrumental to our city's continued progress and stability. He has a strong and tenacious leadership style. He leads with purpose and a clear vision for the future, driving results while navigating complex municipal challenges. What sets him apart is not only his strategic thinking, but also his genuine dedication to the people he leads. While his leadership is bold and decisive, it is also marked by a supportive and empowering approach to our staff. He fosters a workplace culture where collaboration, growth, and mutual respect thrive, consistently encouraging professional development, open communication, and shared accountability. Through his unwavering integrity, results-driven mindset, and people-first leadership, our city manager has earned the trust and respect of colleagues, staff, and many members of our community at large. His continued guidance is an invaluable asset to our city, and I think I could speak without a doubt that the entire city's staff fully support your vision and your role in leading us toward an even brighter future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ledger. Anyone else in the public? Madam Clerk, is there anybody on Zoom?
Mr. Mayor, there is a comment on the Zoom.
Would you please read it?
The comment is from Andrew White. I had the honor of serving as police chief under city manager Alan Flora for nearly 4 years. During that time, I witnessed a leader who poured everything he had into making Clearlake a better, safer, and stronger city. Alan has been a visionary. He didn't just see Clearlake for what it is, he saw it for what it could be. He's worked relentlessly to move the city in that direction. Visionary leadership means taking bold steps, and not every move will be perfect. It's important to recognize that a city manager doesn't make decisions in a vacuum. They are charged with executing the vision of the city council, balancing priorities, resources, and long-term goals. Yet while the work is shared, the city manager is often the most visible figure, the one who carries the public weight of those decisions. It's a tough position. Under his leadership, the city secured tens of millions of dollars in grants and earmarks, bringing in critical funding that has transformed infrastructure, revitalized neighborhoods, and improved public safety. That level of success didn't happen by accident. It took skill, persistence, and belief in the city's potential. I understand the council has experienced change and with it differing perspectives. That's natural. It presents an opportunity for everyone to come together around a shared vision. The city manager may be the operational pinch point, but no matter who fills that seat, long-term success depends on a united council charting a clear course forward. On a personal level, I credit much of what I was able to accomplish as police chief to Alan's support. He welcomed bold ideas, empowered his team, and stood up when it mattered most for the city, not himself. Alan Flora is proud of Clearlake, and he's helped all of us believe in a better future for it.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. It should also be noted that I think 8 letters were received and copies were given to each council member to review and they'll be part of the record as well. Just a couple comments in closing before we adjourn to closed session. I want to thank all of you, whether what your remarks were coming in here. I know what it takes to get up there and talk to us. It's difficult, and I do appreciate your input, and I think you're hoping to do what's best for this city. Now it's up to us to sit down and figure that out. So again, thank you for coming. Please come back. We like having people in the council chambers. I'm now adjourned to closed session.